So yeah, as we speak of Guangming and his factory, he has many people working for him, and I know that that is a factory that we regularly audit to go visit and make sure everything's still going the way it should. Alice, can you speak to kind of our qualification process? So we may find a vendor that we think might work or might be able to provide something for us. But at that point, a lot of times we'll turn it over to you and let you kind of vet the factory, if you will, make sure they're on the up and up. Can you talk to how you go about that a little bit?
If we come across a vendor, a potential vendor for a certain product, and the first thing we do, we make sure we go to see them.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Then, of course, we fly over and we take our order form thing and we check the whole facility about the production line. We check all the details, how they starting from the raw material and the way step by step how do do the whole process. I mean, I won't go detail about each step, but we manage all every step of them.
Right. So you're going in and you're making sure that it's not just a trading company. You're
Wow.
making sure this is a real factory
Definitely.
that's making the product.
If we're dealing with a trading company, it's kind of difficult to manage, to control the whole process. And if there's a problem that comes up, it's kind of tricky to solve it. It's just very difficult. And the communication takes longer and it's not always problem solved.
Right. Yeah, because a trading company may be dealing with one factory this week and a different factory the next week, and they don't know, oh, well, where did you get that one from? And the trading company may not even know where they got it from. They just know that.
We deal with the factory always directly, and we talk to their engineering people. We talk to their manufacturing people. We keep everything under control.
And most of the time, we actually have personal relationships with the actual owners of the factory. For example, Guangming. We were speaking about Guangming. He's not a one-man band. He actually owns a factory. He has many people reporting to him.
You know what? Every time we visit Guangming, we can't help. We notice that the workers there, we've known for years.
Right.
That's also a promising for the quality.
Right.
Because they know what they are doing.
Right. You have that consistency because you have the same. He runs a very good factory. It's a very respectful factory.
Yeah.
And because of that, he retains his employees.
Yeah.
They don't leave once they're there and they realize, what a good place to work it is, they stay. Another one would be MagSound.
Wow, they got their ISO system. They fully follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got all the people. I mean, the people were working to Cut City, Shandong. They've been there years.
And we've worked with them for years.
We solved problems together. We developed. We were dealing with certain design. We're talking about design. We designed some things. They kind of helping solving all the problems.
Yeah.
With our engineer, of course.
Right. Yeah. We'll work together.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I believe, we've even had instances where we've paired our factory with our customer.
Yeah.
And all of us will sit down in a room, all three levels, and we'll all sit down in a room to come up with the best solution. Most customers that come to us, they are obviously going to want to see the product before, they commit to a large scale purchase order. So they'll, ask for prototyping. That's something that we can usually turn around fairly quickly. If it is something that's coming out of China, we can obviously arrange that. We also have prototyping capabilities stateside. We can actually get product 3D printed. We can get samples made locally that can be, used as a proof of concept, if you will. But I know we've got some pretty established relationships there.
Yeah, I think also having worked in, manufacturing and with high tech companies, we understand the importance of prototyping and understanding what the prototype is needed for. If it's going to be for just a touchy-feely kind of, visual, we might be able to use a different low-cost process. If it's something that's going to involve life testing or product validation, then we understand that the product has to come off of the production process, and so we may build production-capable prototype tooling to be able to produce components that can be tested, and therefore when we go into production, we know that the production parts are going to be representative of what the prototype part was. So just have to understand that between what the customer really needs, and sometimes they don't really understand what they need, and that kind of comes out in our discussions.